DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Fresh Takes with Russo and Felice. I am Paul Russo, joined as always by the man, the myth, Forever 29 legend himself, Nick Felice. We got winter sports postseason play beginning, so we'll jump into some NBA and NHL playoff stuff there. Rory, back-to-back at the Masters, only the 4th golfer to do so all time. We'll touch on that. And obviously recap a little bit of my Bristol trip and who knows what else. Nick, by the time we get done, Liv might officially be dead. So
is it coming to an end?
It's not looking good right now for the league.
Well, yes, it's tough to see a 54-hole league
72.
That's now 72 dissolve.
But yeah,
what's Sergio gonna do?
Yeah, what will Sergio do? Who cares? We'll touch on him a little bit too here in a second. So. Plenty of that and more. I think a couple more of our sponsors here before we get going, including the Lux Hotel and Conference Center, a newly renovated full-service hotel with 9,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space. You can plan your next visit, event, celebration, or meeting with them. You can stop in for lunch or dinner daily as well at the popular Woody's Bar and Grill at the Lux Hotel and Conference Center. And Weston Company Diamonds and Jewelry, a full-service family-owned jewelry store serving Auburn and the surrounding communities. You can check them out online at westoncompany.com or stop in and browse their selections at 10 Genesee Street in downtown Auburn. Weston Company, crafting fine jewelry since 1982. All right, Nick.
So this is a whole WrestleMania episode? WrestleMania is this weekend?
WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
I said WrestleMania. I'm like, what Russell? Bro? Like, no.
Yeah, WrestleMania? Is this all?
It was on Bubba's car in Bristol, but no. So, what Mania, though, we'll start with the NBA playoffs here because we got the play-ins happening here in hockey. NHL still, even though everything is pretty much set and ready to go, still has one more day of regular season play today. So, let's jump in with the NBA stuff, Nick. I want to start here with you. Are you scared of the Atlanta Hawks as a Knicks fan?
Well, as I remember from that one episode from The Office, when Jim, Daryl, and Kevin, it's the scene where Jim bites his lip. I believe it's at the beginning of an episode.
Yeah.
And they're just talking NBA hoops. And in that scene, Kevin Malone says, The Hawks are terrible. They're always terrible, he says in that line. He also says the Knicks are good, the Nets are good. It's a little outdated scene. But, yeah, the Hawks are always terrible. I know we lost to them. I believe it was 2021 first round. But the Knicks are a different team now. And the Hawks are without Trae Young now. So it's a different team for them as well. So, am I nervous? We're at a 2 out of 10, Paul. Mm-hmm. Nervous scale. Game 1 loss, we will be at a 4 or 5.
Even though the Hawks and the Knicks have very similar records and numbers in the past third of the season. Both are 22-10 coming into this, by the way.
There's nothing more important than experience, though.
McCollum. He's got experience.
He's one guy. The whole Knicks team, Karl Anthony Towns has been to 2 straight conference finals.
That's
right?
true.
2, right? Because he made it the 1 with the Timberwolves and last year with the Knicks. So this is a very experienced Knicks team. Mikal Bridges, been to the NBA Finals. Also played another 82 games this year. Good for him. Yeah, I'm a big fan of experience. Jalen Johnson's a great player. What's his name? Alexander Walker.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Good player. Just not, I don't know. I think they got the best assistant back row coach in the NBA in Mike Bray, obviously, because he's a GOAT. But you know, I want to see Game 1 play out. The last time these two teams just played in the regular season, it was a very exciting game, and I think I think this will be like last year though, because the Hawks are a tough team, and the Pistons were a tough team in the first round last year, and it got us ready for the second round where we beat the Celtics. I think it's great to play a tough team like the Hawks in the first round instead of like a cakewalk, which would have been the Raptors.
Yeah, I got nothing for them on that front.
I think Cleveland's going to
Yeah.
beat them pretty easily.
Yeah, the Raptors. I think it's they're well below 500 when they play teams that are in the playoffs, and it's
Also, the Knicks are going to be motivated because there's the rumors that the Hawks lost that last game on purpose to play the Knicks in the first round. There's a rumor swirling about that.
you know what, the Knicks have enough motivation as playoff run. So
Well, there's the pressure, haven't won a championship, 50-something years.
yeah, but like maybe I don't view it so much from that perspective, but like I don't want to do it to like legacy time for guys, right? But like this is very apparent, like to me anyway. Like if they don't get it done, like Towns is probably for sure part of a package to try and get Giannis and stuff like that, and
I think that still could happen, regardless of what happens.
yeah. I think too. I mean, not to be whatever about this. Obviously, change probably might have been needed, but like you find yourself in technically a worse spot than you did last year with Thibodeau as your head coach, as you did this year with Mike Brown. So I don't know.
This will be a very interesting series.
Yeah.
I can see why it's drawing a lot of headlines. Some of the other series are kind of like, it's going to be that team that wins.
Yeah.
This is one of those series where people are actually thinking that the upset might happen here. And that's the 3-6. That's what's great about the first round, the 3-6. A lot of times an upset does happen there. The 6 gets the job done.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm going to be pulling for the 3. We're down to 19 teams now in the postseason.
Well, yeah, it's so weird how they do that.
It should be the playoffs.
Yeah.
I know they're playing into the playoffs, so it's not technically the playoffs. We have 20 teams. Now we're down to 19. We lost a very good Heat team last night. Paul, thoughts on the Miami Heat season?
More than fine with them losing. I'm gonna. I don't know, man. I'm trying to be whatever about this, but yeah, LaMelo Ball officially on the shit list for me. So
Good. He should be.
yeah, it was just dirty. I mean, then
He's done it before.
yeah, he has. He did it to Bam actually before. So look, this is what it is on that front. I think everybody gets what's coming to them, and I don't know. I'm just happy LaMelo didn't hit Bam with his car out at Independence down in Charlotte. So that's my thoughts on that.
That's Southeast basketball for you.
Sure. Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks, Southeast champs.
Well, watch
We don't
out.
talk enough divisions in the NBA anymore.
Watch out for the Wizards. And the Magic, which
Gone, not forgotten divisions in NBA.
yeah. They exist.
Just for scheduling purposes.
Yeah, it's tough in the East right now for me too, because like the Knicks I see like they're built obviously, like they can get this deal done. I think Detroit, same thing. Cleveland, same thing. But it just feels like Boston to me is such a like maybe truly the only team in the East to me that can compete with some of these teams in the West, should they get there. And that's probably not fair, I don't think. I don't know. The way the East played out this year was just so different from what I think I expected that it's tough to view it from that lens specifically. I think part of it too, right? Like we kind of thought Boston was going to maybe not necessarily tank this year, right? But like going in this year, right? We kind of thought like, yeah, okay, I know for me personally, I didn't think they were going to be as bad as a lot of people said. But like I didn't expect them to be, obviously not at the top of the standings, but like being the 2 seed, like, like
I didn't realize
I
Tatum
didn't
was coming
anticipate
back
that.
that fast. So
I mean, I remember the rumors kind of being out there from the jump, but like even then though, like I didn't think it'd be I don't know about realistic in the sense of whatever, right? But like not to have a huge enough impact, right? And like I think that part still remains to be seen, right? A little bit, but like I don't know. He's already played an MSG once, which I think was a big mental thing they wanted to get through with him, and that's happened. I don't know, man. We talked a little bit off air about this, and you brought up a little bit too on air to a degree, but like I don't know. Boston has that experience in the sense of like the finals run. The Knicks can kind of get there with theirs a little bit. Detroit and Cleveland, neither one of those two really have it. So like, and I don't know. We still have playing games tonight to get through. Like, do I expect Philly or Orlando? No, obviously not. No.
No Embiid.
Yeah. Maybe if he was healthy, I'd entertain something. But like, obviously this health issue is completely unrelated to basketball, right? I mean, appendicitis is not. It's not him, having to put on ice because of a knee. It's just something that freak thing.
And Orlando's had such a disappointing season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a team that is definitely not going to look the same next year.
They were supposed to take a step forward. It's crazy how the Raptors and teams like them had jumped them.
Kind of leapt them, yeah. So, I don't know. And like I said, I know you probably for sure will have a different opinion how I view the East, but like, I don't. If you were to force me to say pick like 5 teams, I feel like 3 or 4 probably coming out of the West for who I feel like could win the title at this point.
Yeah, I think the East is deeper. I just think there's more top heavy.
Top heavy in the West is, yeah.
Some of these teams in the West, like, what are the Suns still playing? And they got a 7 seed? I thought the Suns were there.
The Suns aren't playing anymore. No, wait, they technically are. That's right. I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it too, and then they have another chance. Yeah. There's just some terrible teams down there at the bottom in the West. But, the Pistons, you can look at them as like the Cavs last year, got off to a hot start and got the 1 seed.
And speaking of health on that front too, like what do we expect from Cade?
I know.
At the moment too. Like I know he's been back, but like it's been very clear there's been some restrictions, and I don't know if he's necessarily even at 100% either in that front either.
Well, we haven't seen too many players come back from a collapsed lung.
Right.
That sounds pretty horrible.
Yeah, everything I've been told.
Yeah, and there's a lot of running in sports, and you need your lungs.
Yeah. So
it's only been a small sample size what we've seen out of them, and I don't know. That's really a big question mark.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know about you. I think the Hornets are a sneaky team that maybe could.
Yeah, the tough part with them though is a lot of people are on them, and okay, they handled no matter how they got there last night, beating the Heat. That at the end of the day, I said it right. They beat the Heat,
and they could have lost that game easily.
So they're moving on. But like the main issue with them now is very clearly like you can't have literally this year, statistically, you can't have the 2 best 3-point shooters in the NBA go combined like 3 for 22 from beyond the arc. Like it can't happen, and I don't know if they have the firepower to keep up with that in that scenario. Should they move out and play Boston in the first round? I don't know if I see that happening.
They would play Detroit in the first round because Charlotte gets the loser of Magic and Sixers.
Right, but yeah.
Magic Sixers play Boston.
Look, the play-in thing still confuses me because of like the way the seeds are, and like I don't know, man.
It's a weird tournament.
Yeah.
And it's already the league was bad enough, and we had one of the worst regular seasons in NBA history this year. The fact that we have 20 teams in the postseason out of 30, what's even the point of the regular season? And I get it. There's a lot of there's a lot of like cut lines now. You try to get the 9 seed, which is the home game in the first game. You try to get the 8 seed, which you avoid the first game. You get the 7 seed, which gives you the home game in the other game. You get the 6 seed, which gets you the playoffs. You get the 4 seed, which gives you home court. You get the 1 seed, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot more like what you're shooting for in the regular season, but there's like no eliminations really. And the 10 teams that got eliminated before the postseason started were eliminated like months ago. And then officially eliminated like a month ago. It's just been terrible.
Yeah.
And then with everything else going on in the NBA, the regular season, like I just said, this was the worst NBA regular season of all time. It was not competitive. There was so much going on. And Adam Silver has a lot of work to do. And he better hope these playoffs are good, because if these playoffs are not good, ooh, what a terrible season.
Yeah, I mean, you had essentially a third of the league tanking in some capacity by the end of the year, which I don't want to really touch on right now. I think we should let the process here play out before jumping fully on that. But yeah, and it's just whatever.
You got load management.
Yeah.
Then you got players complaining about the 65 rule when there's load management. Then there's the gambling off the court.
Which, by the way, that and the Kawhi thing with the Clippers have been, I wouldn't say swept under the rug, right? But like nobody's been talking about that anymore right now. Like,
But all Adam Silver cares about is making the All-Star game better.
and not that I disagree with getting Seattle a team again, but like expansion too, which
it's just.
I mean, like again, I don't. We're skipping what we should be talking about, but like I'm for, but like I think there's bigger fish that need to be handled.
He wants to get two more teams in when half the league isn't even trying to begin with.
Yeah. So,
that's recapping the regular season.
But but back to the west side of things here. You have 3 teams for sure at least out there that I could see winning the title, right? Obviously Oklahoma City, San Antonio, and Denver. Now, to varying degrees, I would say Denver for sure probably is 3 out of 3 in that group in terms of viability. But, again, bulk of that team has the experience to kind of get there. It's interesting. If you're San Antonio, are you thrilled to be playing Portland in the first round now? I don't know.
No.
It's a tough matchup.
It's tough. Especially
I think they do win it, but it's one of those things where it's like, don't know if that's what they were most hoping.
Not a lot of playoff experience in that series.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of helps San Antonio. If they're playing like just using this as an example, I'm not saying if they're playing like a Warriors type team in the first round, then maybe. But this is a Portland team that doesn't have a lot of experience either.
How, by the way, not to jump ahead, that might be one of the worst series in terms of watchability. It's Warriors Lakers.
Yeah.
That's going to be some rough basketball, I feel like, to watch.
Yeah. That would be horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, and then obviously for the Thunder, they have to more or less wait again here another couple days, much like Detroit in the East. But if you're them, I don't know. It's a little bit of another interesting case if we'd rather see. If you're them, probably Phoenix, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the Clippers thing is weird to me still. I don't
think it really matters with the Thunder in the first round. I don't even think it really matters in the second round. I think this is...
Well, I think it matters in the second round.
What was it, Denver?
Depending on health stuff.
Did Denver get the 4 or the 3?
Denver got the 3.
Oh,
so Denver's playing...
Could play San Antonio.
Denver's playing... No, it's Denver playing the Clippers. Oh, no, Denver's playing Minnesota, right. So,
Minnesota.
I don't know. I push back a little bit on the second round. If Luka comes back and is healthy for the Lakers, I still give the edge, obviously, to Oklahoma City. But that changes the way I view it, though, in terms of maybe length, what happens.
All right.
I don't know. I think a lot of it kind of depends. I feel like it'd be very funny if you've a lot of hope in here on this one, but you have a perennial spot of having Draymond versus Lou Dort in terms of physical stupidity happening would be pretty funny, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird though. I San Antonio is really the X factor of they're clearly good. They don't really outside of Harrison Barnes and Luke Cornett and De'Aaron Fox, they don't have that experience, right? But like for them, I feel like they're good enough. It's kind of funny. It's the way I feel very similar about the Sabres on the hockey side of it. Like I don't know if they know any better to just go out there then at that point and be like, screw it.
Yeah.
Like.
And obviously, I will not be rooting for Oklahoma City in these playoffs.
I don't think anybody.
I'm done with these punks, these young kids. Yeah. I will say if the Knicks do get to the NBA Finals, I want San Antonio because I think they match up well with them and they played them well pretty well in the regular season. And I
don't know if I'll let you finish.
Yeah. I think they could beat San Antonio. And it would be fitting to get back to the NBA Finals 27 years later and to beat San Antonio again, who we played in the last NBA Finals we played. So that'd be pretty cool.
Are you sure about that with San Antonio?
Are you sure about that's why?
I don't know if that's a great matchup for New York in the hypothetical.
It'd be the first ever NBA Cup rematch in NBA Finals.
I see now why you want it.
Be the first time.
Hang the banner.
No. That's a Lakers thing. We'll let.
Hold on. Can I do a hypothetical question to you? Would it be definitely a mind game move though if they just decided in the hypothetical game 1,
hang the banner,
MSG, right? Spurs at Knicks for the NBA title, game 1 at MSG. And Knicks just surprise everybody by hanging an NBA Cup banner.
That'd be awesome.
Just like, if you're San Antonio, it's got to be the biggest, like, what the hell is happening moment.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of coming around to the idea a little bit, actually.
I think we should do it, and that should happen.
All right. We're in.
I'm just saying, I'm not scared of San Antonio.
I mean, I'm scared of Wemby, but that's for a lot of different reasons.
He's a big man.
Yeah. All right. So you're going Knicks for sure here, clearly.
I think it's going to be Knicks Spurs.
Knicks Spurs. Okay.
And Knicks over the Spurs.
I'm going Celtics Spurs.
Really? I don't think that has ever happened in NBA Finals, has it? It seems like a finals that would happen, but I don't think it's ever been a thing.
No, it has not. And I'm going to go with the Celtics, though. I like the vibe they got right now. Pains me to say that, but I like the vibe they got right now.
Well, it can't be the Heat.
Pour one out. Might get AJ DeBanza, though.
I hope so. That'd be pretty cool.
4%. All right, let's go over to the hockey side of things with the NHL and the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Like we said, there's still technically a couple of days left of the regular season here just because of the way stuff plays out. But everything is, well, the 8 teams in each conference are set. There's still some seeding stuff.
No play-in tournament.
Yeah, there's still seeding stuff that could shake out here depending upon how stuff goes. But Carolina, top team in the East, but the Avs get the President's Cup trophy. Out west,
the curse.
So we'll see how well that goes because I am high on them. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I feel like we'd be remiss if we don't start here, Nick. The Sabres, Atlantic Division champs. They break the playoff drought.
I know they did it all.
And I kind of teased it a little bit on the NBA talk. Like I it's interesting because, talking with some people, there's a possibility that they get. Again, this is where this potential of, these last remaining regular season games come into play. If talking with a couple people, they seem to really not want Ottawa for some reason, and I kind of get it. Ottawa just kind of was a team that has their number for whatever reason, but also playoffs are a little bit different. I mentioned with them, they've been on such a heater. They literally have been the best team in hockey since December. That I mentioned it a little bit, I guess, in a way with the Spurs, but the Sabres do have a couple guys who have been on playoff teams and stuff like that. It's not like that whole team is not inexperienced when it comes to this time of year, but they're playing so good. Do they just know any better? And that's the thing. I don't think they do. I don't think it's going to really kind of matter so much in these maybe first or even second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs for them where it's going to make a difference.
So they don't know who they're playing yet.
No, because of the way it shakes out. So Buffalo, starting the East, Buffalo, Tampa, and Ottawa are all the playoff teams that still have one game remaining, whether it's today or tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday we're talking about here. So I know Buffalo's alluded to for tonight. They're probably going to give some guys some rest, so who knows. Tampa, if they win, could potentially jump Buffalo if Buffalo does not pick up a win or overtime tonight. And then depending upon other stuff too, like if Ottawa wins, they could jump up to the 6th spot here, it looks like. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening here potentially.
And there's still 2 days to go.
Yeah, and same in the West, right? Like Colorado, like there's just no way around them. They have the 1 locked up. Same with Dallas because in the 2 spot out West because Minnesota's already played 82. In fact,
Minnesota also.
Hold on, let me do some quick looking here.
Minnesota also has made the playoffs 15 straight years,
which is crazy. But also, haven't been able to take that next step though.
No.
So, but the top 3 in the West are locked into where they are. Right. At that point, you have Vegas from 4 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 through 8 in the West could change hands because they all play they all play one more game. So a lot to kind of look forward to here in hockey.
How about the Mammoth?
Yeah, no. Second year since the move from Arizona. Looks decent there, obviously. Going to be interesting. Vegas, since they fired and brought in Tortorella, they're actually still hanging on pretty good, all things considered. So who knows with that. It's just tough, right, in the hockey side because we just don't fully know who's going to be playing who yet.
That division was kind of weak this year, the Pacific.
Yeah, but it's tough, man. I know the president's curse and everything, but I don't know. Colorado's just been so good all year that part of me thinks I don't think it's going to make a difference this year.
Also, no Florida in the playoffs. 2-time defending champ. No Detroit for the 10th straight year. Surprise. Washington.
Potentially. Ovi's last year.
New Jersey did not play well this year.
Islanders and Rangers, a lot left on the table for them.
Vancouver still got 1 more game to go. Very good team there.
But yeah.
58 points. But yeah, it's kind of hard not to like Colorado. Dallas is always good.
Mm-hmm.
They are the best team in that city. That's needs to be discussed more.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to go with Golden State. It's hard.
Golden State?
Golden Knights. It's hard. It's hard not to go with Edmonton because they've won the conference 2 years in a row. Maybe this is who Minnesota takes the next step. But I think I would have to agree with you. I think Colorado, if they don't get to the Stanley Cup Finals, Colorado, there is a curse with the President's Trophy. And, I like Colorado. I think that's a good pick. Maybe this year Minnesota finally gets over the hump. But I'm going Colorado and Golden Knights. Golden State are my 2 favorites in the West.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough because I did pick Vegas at the start of the year, going back on it. I don't know. I think
so. Tortorella has not won a championship.
I'm kind of moving off the curse thing though, just because I just think Colorado's just been playing so good that I don't think it's going to make a difference.
And it can't get any worse than what was it? Tampa Bay played Columbus.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. I'm gonna go Colorado for sure in the West. I like them, but yeah, it's weird. Man, if Dallas can't get it done, this year to a degree, man. Oh. That core does not get any younger in that sense.
Also, no Toronto this year as well. No Toronto playoff heartbreak this year.
But much to the surprise of no one, I still got my favorite team in there. So Tampa Bay over Colorado.
They're back, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Are they fully back?
We'll find out.
I'm going to go... Yeah, losing Austin Matthews really hurt Toronto. I think I'm going to go with teams that, part of me wants to go in Minnesota, but I'm going to go with the opposite side of that on the east. Not the opposite side, but I think Carolina finally gets over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is a very chalky pick, but the Hurricanes versus the Avalanche. And I think the Hurricanes get it done.
Okay. So they also break their.
Did you take Lightning to win it all?
I just said that, yeah. Lightning over the Avs, so we're with it.
Florida.
Florida. Yeah, let's get over to golf here before we kind of get going for the day. Rory, back-to-back Masters champion. Really weird. Obviously, from a number standpoint, for the most part, was domination, right? That being said, there were moments. It's interesting because like you move off of a guy going into like the past couple of years where it's like, okay, he hasn't won a major in a decade now, and now all of a sudden he's kind of really picked up this momentum again. Fascinating to me, like career arc. I remember a couple of years ago on this podcast, even when we were talking about stuff, like to me, he was part of this group that was just like kind of what could have been and stuff like that, and maybe still to even like a degree to me, just because like a 10-year run of like wondering like what is going on, but I don't think you can ignore kind of what he is now in the golf standings of the world, or now of all time. Do I put him up there maybe personally with those obvious guys of like Jack, Arnie, Tiger, so on, Gary Player? I don't know. Probably technically not for me personally. I'm more intrigued to maybe piggyback off my point. It's like, what does this now back half of his career look like with what is still looking like to be a very prime Scotty Scheffler, right? And guys like that, where, what could shift, what would not shift. I don't know. But, yeah, it was interesting to me too. There wasn't the, that drama. There was still drama on Sunday. Like, I don't want to make it sound like there just wasn't. But like compared to like last year, it just was not the same, right? I know for me, like being at the track at Bristol again this year for it, just didn't really have it.
Yeah.
That being said, there was, the final couple holes are still technically in question though, by mathematic purposes. Maybe not actuality purposes, obviously. But, I can tell you even from watching it leaving the track, there wasn't. Rose left some shots to be desired. Same for Cam Young in the push comes a shove category and stuff like that. And, yeah, like there was a moment because of some shoddy camera work that you don't know if Rory was going to have to take a penalty stroke or not. And at that point, who knows what happens. But, like, just never really the doubt, I think, that maybe – go back 10 years ago, we might have had with Rory in these spots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know the Masters is, because it's a smaller field than the other majors, that you get some of the bigger names up there in that tournament. But it really kind of felt like tennis there for a little bit with, the top 3 players in the world with Scotty and Rory and Cam Young all up there, which, kind of shocking. Cam Young is number 3, but he is. He's been playing well.
And even then, though, it's not like Scotty was consistently up there, right? Like it was by his standards, a bad first 2 days. Yeah. Saturday, obviously, he really picked it up, but and then Sunday was probably what he would call a middle of the road day for him. But yeah, they were all up there at one point, pretty much next to each other.
He's giving me a tennis feel to it, or I should say ATP feel to it. Than the WTA.
Kind of like the way the Australian was this year, right? Where it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I guess for seeding for that, not so much ranking, but
in the end, it's Rory after Rose couldn't, make some shots and putts at the end of there. It felt, for a lot on Sunday, it felt like Rose was going to win this thing finally.
Yeah, there were moments on Sunday too where it felt like whether it was him or Cam Young, was like the opportunity was there.
And it was for a lot of guys, too. Yeah. Like, even Sam Burns, I thought, maybe he was going to push up. But then he choked. That Lee guy really choked. And Rory's just, didn't play his best, but he stayed consistent.
And that's the interesting part to me, too, is I think Rory really parlayed the weekend off of 2 really good back nines on Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
Not that, again, not like he played bad Saturday and Sunday. Not the case. It was just very, for terms in other sports, it was kind of just like being on defense, more or less, right? And that's the thing that's weird in golf too, right? Like, obviously, we don't have this in the sense of whatever, but like he gets to the holes that have the giant, where he can see the whole field, maybe not whole field, but the standings and whatever. And not to say like you can because golf is just such a different animal, that you have to hammer the gas or something like that. But like, I think for him, he kind of had the ability to know like if he did have to say take a riskier shot, for example, or knows that he could have laid up and been fine. He had the ability to really do so because of what he did for Thursday and Friday to make it through moving day, to make it to Sunday and be like, okay, here's what we have to do. Don't have to be crazy about this like maybe he had to have been last year, compared to what he had to do this year to wrap it up.
And, he gets it done, and he, you mentioned this already, but the less pressure it was this year.
Yeah.
Already having the green jacket,
which is weird because to me there are certain moments, to me anyway, on Sunday where I'm like, I think there might be a little bit of that creeping back in for him. But
yeah, it really, I believe he's now one of 15 people to have 6 majors, and it really makes you wonder because I think it was 11 years he didn't win a major.
Right.
It makes you if he just did something,
and that's why when
he could be ranked,
and that's why I said a couple minutes ago, like it's tough because like I don't think I could put him up there with those other guys just because like the numbers just don't back it up technically, right? I don't think it's so much the ability. I just think it's the number side of it.
And he's definitely one of the great golfers, but he's not them.
Right. I think what does help with him, I mentioned like a couple of years ago when we would talk about stuff like this, is like now there's for sure, not that I don't think there ever maybe necessarily was for a lot of people, like, but to me, like now he is separated from the Spieth and the Justin Thomases of the group that he kind of came up with.
Koepka.
And that's the funny part too. Like to me, like Koepka, his career has just been such a strange career arc. But like, I think going into last year, I probably would have taken Koepka's career over Rory's.
And the crazy part is Koepka really hasn't won that much in his career. He just got the 5 majors.
It's been, frankly, just major merchant stuff. Like,
Like these other guys have a lot of wins elsewhere.
Yeah.
But he shows up when it matters. He hasn't won since Rochester in 2023.
No, and even then, like, Brooks, I thought, all things considered, I thought he played pretty well through the weekend. Obviously not good enough, but, I mean, compared to some other guys, too, especially, like, I thought he was more than fine. So
he showed up more than DeChambeau.
Yeah, not a great showing for the Live guys overall, obviously.
Hatton's like the best. He's underrated. Like,
well, it's not a true major until Taylor Gooch comes back. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, hey, that might be happening sooner than later.
Didn't Dustin Johnson make the cut, though? Which was kind of surprising.
He had an absurd Friday. Was it Friday for him? Yeah.
He made the cut.
Just crazy. But yeah, I think it was, at one point, Rahm and Bryson were both combined, plus 12 over. So, just bad stuff there. So,
the league's dissolving.
Well, I don't know about dissolving being the right term. Dissolving means, I guess maybe technically would be the case because finances run up. But either way, that's all I got, frankly, from that side of things. WrestleMania. Bristol was all right. Fun weekend again, for sure. I don't like the discourse coming right now from the weekend overall from some fans right now. I'm not too sure if you've seen, but a lot of people were questioning the attendance again there and everything. And look, from my viewpoint, I've been there the past 2 years. I thought there was more people there this year than last year. I get it. It's a 150,000 spectator venue. Of course it's going to look bad when there's only 80,000 or 70,000 people there. But I think what a lot of people kind of forget is the fact that 70,000 at Bristol, 20,000 probably wouldn't be able to get into Darlington technically because they don't have that capacity.
Yeah.
And whatever. The racing, is it as good as it was years ago? I don't know. For maybe a lot of traditionalists, probably not. But like,
How long has it been going there in Bristol?
1961 or something like that. So
the fans want it out.
No. I think it's not that it's fair weather fans or anything like that. I think it's just like any sport, but NASCAR to me especially. There's just fans who are not satisfied until they've complained for the day about something, and it's just the way it is. It's not the sport from 20-something years ago.
Now, is Bristol, is that where they had the baseball game last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Braves did have a setup thing there this year, so
Really?
I participated in it.
Nice.
Had my photo taken.
But you had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Who cares what other people think?
Yeah, so.
Bubba came in 11th. Ty Gibbs with a dub.
First win for Ty Gibbs.
His first career win, right, on the Cup.
Yep.
I thought he might have had one by now.
I think you and a lot of others, and himself included, would have thought that, but.
I mean, Chase Elliott's still going to win the thing.
Rough day for Chase, man. I don't know. The Hendrick group as a whole is kind of off right now. So, we'll see.
They're in a better spot than the Wizards, though.
Depends. Talk to me after the lottery.
Yeah.
But hey, I think that will do it for the podcast this week. Nick, who are you shouting out?
I'm going to shout out my mom.
It's true. She turned 29 yesterday.
It's a belated shout out, but it's a current shout out, but it's a belated birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my mom. She's 29 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me 2.
Brutal.
But yeah, shout out my mom. Thanks for having me.
What a phrase. So we'll be back again. Yeah, we'll be back in next Wednesday. I had a brain fart there for a second. I'm like,
I'm pretty tired today.
Yeah, I hear you there. So we'll get out of here on that note. So find fresh takes on the FL1 YouTube channel, fingerless1.com, and all major podcasting platforms like Spotify, which is where you can find the audio-only version of the podcast. Back again next week. Enjoy the weekend, everybody.